Yes, of course. Wonderful. All right, thank you for confirming. I will see you on Saturday evening then, all right? All right, ta-ta. Oh, hello there. Welcome to the White Raven Inn, the finest and most luxurious getaway for the deceased. How can I help you today? Oh, reservation. Of course, of course. What was the name of that reservation? Right. Let me see. Here we are. Wonderful. It looks like you are planning to spend an entire week with us. That is delightful. That means you'll really get to experience all that we have to offer here at the White Raven Inn. It is so delightful to see people really taking care of themselves. Even in the afterlife, we all need time to rest and relax and recharge, don't we? Especially after the busy Halloween, All Hallows Eve, Samhain, Day of the Dead festivals. That is a very, very busy time for ghosts, so it is wonderful to see you taking some time for yourself now. Delightful. Now, it looks like you are staying in our presidential suite. Oh, delightful. It is a beautiful, beautiful room with all sorts of beautiful Art Nouveau sort of inspired architecture and detailing. You'll have your own very spacious powder room and a balcony that overlooks both the graveyard and the poison garden. One of my favourite views in the entire mansion. That will be quite lovely. Wonderful. Alright, let me call our busboy here. He'll bring your bags up to your room, alright? Yes, hello, Charlie. Presidential suite, please. Delightful. He's quite a polite chap. He's been dead for about 300 years or so. They really had manners back then. Some of them. Anyway, now, as you are staying here with us, we have quite an array of different activities and services that you may participate in if you would like, but of course you never have to. We have different things that you can do to rest and relax, and then we have activities that are a bit more fun, diverting, things like tours or puzzle games, things of that nature. And then we have some more exciting social events. Did you have a particular direction that you wanted to go with your stay? Of course, since you're here for 7 days, you can certainly sort of pick and choose a bit from everything. A bit from everything. Good choice. Here, let me just get out some of our brochures here to show you, okay? Now, each of these will have a bit of information about what the event is like on the inside, as well as a schedule here. Right, let's see. Let's get these sorted. Right, let's see. So, services. Okay. I've got the call. And 2 house fees. Let's do that as well. And more social. That's right. Wonderful. Alright, did you have a particular category that you might want us to start discussing? Relaxation. Wonderful choice. Yeah. Right, so here we are. First up on our wonderful relaxing services here is a beautiful spectral spa. Now these are ghosts and wraiths and spirits that are very highly trained in the art of spectral relaxation. So you're going to get quite a lot of different services that you might expect at a spa for the living, but with ingredients and such that are adapted for your less corporeal form. You can have a beautiful bath soaking in luminescent moon water. You can get a lovely massage with a beautiful tingly lotion made of nightshade root. All kinds of wonderful packages here. So the spa is open every weekday from 9 o'clock a.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. Now this is a service that if you would like to partake in, I would suggest making an appointment, but I would be happy to help you with that either right now, right away, or at any other time during your stay here as well, right? We have enough beds in the spa area to accommodate almost any time. I would say it's rare that it's completely booked up. We do that on purpose so that we can be quite flexible with our guests' needs. So you can take this with you, take a look at the specific spa packages if you would like. Now, another wonderful, relaxing, sort of rejuvenating service that we have here are the morning seance circles. Now, these are orchestrated by our local medium who comes, and she is absolutely incredible at contacting spirits from the beyond. Of course, as you know, not everyone becomes a ghost when they die. Some people do pass on, and it's nice to be able to stay in touch now and then. Now, this can also be a wonderful thing if you would just like to go and listen. You certainly don't need to have someone in mind that you would like to contact to go and experience the seance circle. It is a wonderful, personally I find, very calming environment. So that happens every day in the Great Hall. We put out lots of seating pillows and cushions for everyone to sit around and get lots of wonderful candles at 7 a.m. or 10 a.m. This one you don't need to make an appointment for, you can just pop in. You could pop in every day if you wanted to. Now, this one is quite special. You see, we have a beautiful public library where you can go and peruse the titles and the scrolls, find a good story to read, a good thriller or mystery or romance, or find some wonderful non-fiction as well. But within our main library there is a hidden entrance to a more secret library. And that library was actually a secret study of the original owners of this home. And, well, there are all kinds of rumours about what happened in that room. I assure you it is perfectly safe now, but it is quite the story. If you do happen to find the secret library, there are some plaques on the wall that will tell you the story if you would like, or you can just enjoy some privacy in there. And last but not least, this is another very, very popular one. We offer meditative moaning almost every morning here. Now, this can be a wonderful way to just open up the soul of a ghost and really connect with our non-corporeal forms, or connect with the great beyond as well. Whether you find it peaceful and meditative, whether you find it therapeutic, however you would like to use it. This is also at the Great Hall every morning from Tuesday to Sunday at 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Generally they go about an hour, and then we get ready for the seance. Now, do any of those sound like any sort of services that you would like to book while you're here? Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me grab this for just a moment. You can peruse those brochures, get a bit more information on it. White Raven Inn, front desk. Ah, yes, hello, Mr. Presley. Is everything all right with your room? Wonderful. Has the Victorian ghost who died there, has she made an appearance yet? All right, well, hopefully she'll show up this evening. I'm sure she will. She quite looks forward to your visits. Ah, yes, of course. I can certainly book you for a spectral spa package this evening. Did you have a particular person that you wanted to have your services with? Ah, yes, she quite likes you. Wonderful. I will get that in the books. What time did you want? Yes, of course. Excellent. Well, she will see you then. Anything else you need, you just call right down. All right, bye-bye. All right, so sorry about that. Are there any of these particular services that you would like to book during your time here? Of course, you don't have to make any final decisions right now. We can always book anything that you would like. You can just call down to the front desk or stop on by and I can get you signed up. Oh, yes, a wonderful choice. All right. And what time were you thinking for that? Okay, let me see. Make sure that we have some availability there. Excellent. All right, I will get you written down. What sort of treatment were you looking for? Wonderful. That is quite a relaxing one. Get you all set up right in there. Now, all right. Any of those others that you would like to book right now? Okay, well, you feel free to take those brochures with you. Of course, you can peruse them and, as I said, come down or call to book them anytime. Now, if you would like, we could move on to some of the more exciting events that we have here. Some of these are different classes that you can take, different tours of the grounds or the cemetery, things like that. All kinds of wonderful things. Let's take a look, shall we? Now, we have quite a few different tours that we offer around the grounds here. You see, we are a beautiful inn. The mansion itself is quite lovely, but there's also beautiful gardens, of course the local graveyard, and our crypt beneath the inn. Now, this tour is candlelit, absolutely absolutely delightful. Gives it a beautiful and yet very eerie sort of environment. The tour guide here is so incredibly knowledgeable on the original family that owned the inn and all of their different, well, untimely demises. And they are wonderful at answering any questions and really making the stories of the members of the crypt come to life. Now, of course, on the Candlelight Crypt Tour, it is not uncommon for our visitors to see some of those original members of the household. It really depends on the mood that they're in. Sometimes they don't want to show their faces. I'm sure you can understand, but usually there is a showing at least, once or twice a week. So that happens weeknights at 11. Otherwise, we have, as I mentioned, a wonderful local graveyard. Now, here we have quite a few more people buried who are associated with the inn at other times of its history, as well as some fascinating characters from the local village. You'll find everything from servants, busboys, butlers, maids, housekeepers, cooks, all the way up to nobility buried in this graveyard. And again, the tour guide has been doing this for absolutely decades. He knows every single thing about this wonderful tour. It's quite exciting. And then we also have a fascinating and absolutely beautiful poison garden that you can tour as well. The wonderful thing about this garden is that most of these plants are harmful to the living. They may not necessarily affect us in the same way, although some of them do. But it's quite interesting to learn about them. And what I find particularly fascinating is that some of the plants in this garden, if taken incorrectly, are poisons, but if taken correctly in a dosage that is helpful, they actually can be quite medicinal. Of course, that's why doctors take so long learning medical degrees and things like that to know exactly what to prescribe to each person. No different than a healer in the olden days with some of these poisons. We have some of the most poisonous plants in the world in our garden, and many of them are also strikingly beautiful. The tour guide to this particular tour is, I believe they were a gardener in their previous life, and so they have quite a lot of knowledge. They also love questions, so if they don't mention something specifically but you're just dying to know what a particular plant is, absolutely ask. They would be more than happy to share with you. So that happens daily in the gardens, rain or shine, seeing as rain doesn't really affect us, at 11 a.m. or 3 p.m. None of these particularly need to be booked ahead of time, but if you would like, I could write your name down for one of these tours, especially the ones that are only on certain days, just to make sure that we have a spot for you. Wonderful, all right. And which slot would you like to attend? Excellent. That is quite a wonderful tour. The ghost who leads that tour is so knowledgeable. He's absolutely fascinating, and he loves it when people ask questions, so don't hold back. He loves to share what he knows. Wonderful. One moment, excuse me. White Raven Inn, front desk. Yes, Mr. Larrabee, what is it this time? Someone summoned a wraith in the ballroom again. All right, well, go get the enchanted Himalayan salt from the kitchen. I know Cookie doesn't like when you take it, but I think she would like it even less if there was suddenly a wraith causing havoc in her kitchen, don't you think? Right, well, tell her that I told you to take it. And if you need more than that, you call back and we'll figure something out. All right. So sorry about that. No, everything is perfectly fine. It does happen from time to time. We have signs posted, but not everyone follows the rules. It's all right. We have precautionary measures. Everything is perfectly safe. All right. So, as I said, none of these really need to be booked, but you are welcome to participate in any of them. You can take those brochures with you as well, okay? Wonderful. Now, as far as some of our more social events, of course, on the tours you'll be with people, but it's not so much about socializing. These are a bit more focused on getting to know some of the other clients here at the White Raven Inn, if you would like. Sometimes when you want to rest and relax, you don't want to see any people, which is perfectly fine, but I thought I would bring these up, alright? You can see some of them are not all that taxing as far as sociability goes. So, if you are looking for an opportunity to meet other ghosts while you're here, these events could be a wonderful place to do so. First of all, we have a beautiful high tea at 5 o'clock in the evening, right when high tea should be, every weekday. Now this takes place in the Spirit Cafe, which is on the second level of the inn here. You'll see plenty of signs around so you won't get lost. And this is a wonderful time to socialise with others, share your ghost stories, or just stories as we call them. Quite a wonderful time to socialise, and it is quite posh if you're into that. Now this is a wonderful event for our music lovers. Every Friday evening we have a beautiful spectral symphony that plays in the Great Hall. All of these ghosts were part of either symphonies or orchestras when they were alive, and they play with such beautiful, soulful passion. It brings me to tears all the time. And they do have different songs all the time too. They are quite talented. Nothing like a few hundred years to really hone your skills to make you an absolute expert. On a very different note, we also offer wonderful, scary movie nights. Now these we do from Thursday and Friday and Saturday, and we show different scary movies from the ages. Some of them are a bit more light-hearted, scary, some of them are thrillers, and then some of them are classic horror films as well. You'll see anything from the classic Nosferatu all the way up to Halloween. More modern classics as well. So if you would like, I can get you a full list of what will be shown this week while you are here, alright? Of course. And last but not least, once a week we also have a beautiful midnight masquerade. The Spectral Symphony is back this evening to play beautiful waltzes and other ballroom dances. You can dance the night away if that is your fancy. Masks are encouraged, not strictly, regulated if you don't have one, although we do have some for purchase at our gift shop, and we have some that you can get on loan as well. But it's just a wonderful night to sort of let loose, perhaps relive those days of fancy balls and social parties for those of us who have been around for a very long time, or get to experience that sort of a thing for the first time if you're a bit more recently deceased. Either way, it is a wonderful night of magic and socializing. So these, like the others, you don't necessarily have to book any of them. They happen every week at the time that it says on the brochures, but I will let you have those, alright, just so you can read up a bit more about them. And of course, if you need any help with anything like an outfit for the midnight masquerade, we have some wonderful in-house ghosts here who would love to help get you outfitted. Now, we do have a few other services that don't particularly fit into those other categories, but are quite fascinating as well. First up, we offer some delightful cooking classes, specifically for ghosts, of course. So if you're feeling like life is a bit mundane as a ghost, perhaps you're looking to relive some of those sensations of being alive, we have an absolutely delightful chef who can teach you some of the ins and outs of ectoplasmic cooking. Not, of course, that we ever need food or drink, of course, but she has a way of making things taste absolutely delightful, even to those of us who are no longer living. So that is on Wednesday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They generally run for about 2 hours or so, but of course you're welcome to stick around for later and pick her brain a little bit. Cookie is quite wonderful. In fact, this is one of her delicacies here. These are sugared morning tears. We collect the tears from the graveyard ourselves, nice and fresh from the mourners there after a funeral. And she has a wonderful technique for coating them in a lovely spectral sugar that makes them just absolutely delightful. Why don't you try one, if you would like? Isn't that wonderful? It's so interesting. She has all kinds of little tricks like this that she can teach you if you're interested. Next up, we also offer tarot readings. We have a local medium. She runs the seances and she also does readings for people as well. Now, this can be quite a delightful thing if you had some unfinished business when you passed on. You can consult the spirits of the beyond for answers, or perhaps for guidance on a useful way to use your afterlife. She is wonderful at communicating with ghosts course, obviously not all humans can see us all the time, but she is one of those lucky few who can. She's very, very insightful and quite a delight to work with as well. So she is available almost any time besides the seances, but it is by appointment, so you can just let me know if you would like to set up a time to speak with her while you're here. Otherwise, we are also very pleased to offer the services of our very own private investigator. His name is Detective Chase Justice, and he is quite skilled at looking into things that might need to be looked into. Whether you were murdered in a manner most foul that was never solved, or whether you just have some questions about your family and would like to look them up. Anything like that, he is wonderful at working with you. Now, obviously, the testimony of a ghost is not necessarily admissible in court, but with your guidance and his expertise, he has brought justice to countless souls that have found themselves here at the White Raven Inn. So, not everyone needs to take advantage of a service like this, but we are delighted to offer it to those who might benefit. Again, this one is available by appointment as well, so you just let me know if you would like to talk to the detective. If you would like either of those two services, I can certainly check their schedules. Wonderful. Let me see. Who are you looking to book with first? Okay, let me see their schedule here. Alright. Any particular day that you might want to schedule with? Right, let's see. That day, they are available for 11 o'clock a.m., 3 o'clock p.m. or 7 o'clock p.m. Any of those? Wonderful. I will pencil you in. Excellent, excellent. I think you've made some lovely choices on some of the different activities and services that we offer here. Now, of course, your meals are included with your room, and you are welcome to peruse any of the different facilities that we have here at the White Raven Inn. We have, of course, the formal dining hall, which will serve breakfast and supper every day. Then we also have the Phantom Patio on the second level. That's outside. Don't worry, it's enchanted, so even if it's raining or something like that, it is still quite dry. That is a wonderful place to get a luncheon, or perhaps a cup of tea or coffee, or an evening beverage as well. Otherwise, there is an actual cafe, as well as just a few other little places tucked around. I don't want to give everything away. It's quite fun to have surprises as you're walking around. Now, some of those places, if you would like, you can book them ahead of time, but I think we should be able to accommodate you anywhere that you wanted to go, to just pop in as well. Of course, yes, you can just pop in anytime. Sometimes it's nice to not have a reservation somewhere, so you can just be spontaneous with how you're feeling at the moment. If you would like to book anything ahead of time, though, you know where to find me. I'm always here. You can come down or call up to the front desk, either way. Well, I hope that you have a delightful time here at the White Raven Inn. This is a wonderful place for people to rest and recharge, to relax and be pampered a bit, or to have some fun, some excitement, whatever it is that be nice for you. We like to cater to everyone here, so I also am here all the time. Don't particularly need to sleep anymore, so night or day, you'll find quite a few different residents here keep very different schedules, so I like to be available whenever you need me. Alright, well, you go ahead, take those brochures with you. If you have any questions about anything as well, feel free to call at any time, okay? Wonderful. Well, thank you for choosing us for your ghostly getaway, and enjoy your stay at the White Raven.